my number one weapon against racism, against culturalism, and against America. It was to outshine them academically. And for the record, everywhere I've been, I done kicked that tail. From high school to college, post-college, I have made it my number one mission to show you one thing and one thing only. You will not degrade me, Kwab Asamoah, because of my culture or my race. My parents have worked way too hard in life. And you see me getting emotional now. The amount of work that they have done. They left me here when I was 2 years old. For me to have a better opportunity. And I'll be damned if you would ever minimize my enterprise because of the color of my skin or my culture. You have no idea the price I was paid. That's why I refuse to be in this culture and be less than my God-given talent. I'm saying I was meant to do greatness because my parents paid a price that others wouldn't pay. So therefore I should live as others can. And that's my motto, that's my attitude. I'm sorry for getting emotional on that one.
This is Kwame Nacheda, and here at Gossip Drop TV, we serve you with every little gist you will need to be happy.
When it comes to us as a people, the word that is often used to denote us as a people is black.
Black, yeah.
The etymological root of the word black comes from the word bleak.
Bleak.
Yes, in Old English. And bleak means bleached and pale.
Bleached and pale.
Yes, it basically means white.
Really?
Yes.
So black means white.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is a high-level conversation. Really?
So yes. So this is the thing. If you go and you look and look up the root meaning of the word black, it comes from the word bleak. Or blanche sorry.
Dutch? Wait.
We in French.
In French.
Yeah. So the thing is that you see that there's a juxtaposition there that definitely the word black does not necessarily mean black as a color. And they have us now continually calling ourselves black, but we're not black. We're definitely not black. And you when you go back to when you try to trace the history of when this started, there's kind of a little bit of a disambiguity, and it's kind of hard to kind of trace it. But the one thing that's for sure, that before a certain time, we definitely were not known as black people. We were known as many other things, but we were not known.
So when did that start?
Black people.
But how did it felt like the moment you stepped foot, for the first time, knowing that, man, that's where I'm from?
Do you know what? It felt like home. It felt the moment the plane touched down, like I let out like an exhale, like a breath of air, and I was like, man, I'm home. It's like my body, my blood, my soul, my bones knew that this is home. This is where I'm from, and I've never felt closer to home. Even now, even up to today, when I'm posting videos about me still being here in Ghana, it's late January. People are like, come home. Home is waiting for you. That's what they say to me. And that's what they mean. What do you mean? And I say to them, listen, I am home. That's what I message them back saying, what do you mean come home? That's exactly where I am. I'm home.
But why do you think that mindset though? Because like, I wanted to ask, do you think black people living in the UK are scared of Africa now?
I would say so. I'll say there is some. I think it depends. It depends really. I think UK wise, a lot of black people in the UK are first generation or maybe second generation, so they're not too far removed. You know, I always say to people, although I was brought up in London and England, and I was born there, outside of my house was London, inside of my house was Ghana.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So it's
so
like,
you cook the local food and stuff.
Everything, fufu, kenke, tilapia, you know what I'm saying? Everything banku, everything. So everything we is cooked, we eat. So culturally, all of those things are still there. So a lot of black people in the UK, sometimes it's a little bit different to the US. So a lot of black people in the UK are very much in touch with their roots from that perspective. So when they end up coming home, there's a feeling of, man, this is where it fully comes full circle. But people that are further removed, they find it a little bit different because the image that is painted of Africa, people don't get to see the joy, the beauty.
The stereotype of Africa, hungry children and stuff like that. Wow.
I used to live in Nigeria, specifically in Lagos. I lived there on and off, say, for 4 years. And I had actually never been to Ghana until I moved back to South Africa, and then I came to Ghana 2 years ago. And I came to Ghana for a few days, and I was pleasantly surprised, and that actually made me want to move to Ghana in its entirety. But now that I've been here for such a long time, which has been a year now, I have to say that there are some things that actually shocked me, and that have shocked me. So the very first thing is electricity, because I lived in Lagos and I know that the electricity situation there is not the best. The lights will go off, on and off. You can't even watch a movie and the lights won't even go off at least twice in the span of, how long is a movie? 2 hours? I realized that the lighting situation in Ghana is very good. It is very, very good, because the lights hardly go off. I mean, in a month I can count that maybe they go off like at most 4 times in a month, unlike Nigeria where the lights go off every single day basically. And now in South Africa there's something that we call load shedding, where we get scheduled timetables. Let me say, we'll know that the lights will go off at certain times, and I can just say that Ghana is doing very well in this department, because in comparison to how many times the lights have been going off in South Africa, having been here, the lights have not gone off as much as in my country. So I'm very impressed with the lighting situation in Ghana, and I pray that it continues to be like this, because we hardly ever use a generator in my complex, and I'm very impressed. And this was one of the first things that actually shocked me about living in Accra specifically. The second thing that shocked me about Ghana is how warm the people are. People always have smiles on their faces. No matter the circumstances, you can see the person maybe is not well to do, but they will always have a smile on their face. And sometimes I think to myself, I wake up in a bad mood, or sometimes I just don't feel like talking to people. But when I go out, I see somebody smiling and just all glorious, and I think to myself, how much I need to appreciate life even more. And since being here, I have changed my mindset. I wake up with my spirits lifted, and the people here are very warm and friendly. I must say though, they can be a little shy and reserved, but that comes with anything, you know. So this has been a pleasant surprise to me, and I actually love it. And Ghanaians, continue to be the way you are. I absolutely love it, and you guys are very warm people, very friendly, hardly ever angry really, unless you start something, then obviously. But this is one of the second things that shocked me about living in Ghana, and continue to be this way. It's a very pleasant character to have. Number 3, safety. Guys, where I come from, you can't even walk outside at night without looking behind your shoulder or worrying about who's gonna come into your car or who's come approaching you, or you need to be safe at all times and vigilant. It's a sad thing, but the crime rate in South Africa is very high, so you always need to be careful about where your whereabouts. You need to alert people where you're going. But since I've been here, I feel so safe. Like, I hardly ever even lock the door in my complex because we have security here. I've been here for more than a year now, and I can easily go out by myself as a female and not feel threatened and not feel that I'll be attacked or killed. I know that's a bit extreme, but it's generally very safe here. Obviously, every country has their bad sides and thieves and all of that, but generally I haven't experienced anything like that thus far, and I'm so grateful for this because it is such a good thing to have, where you feel safe and secure and you don't need to worry about your life. So this is another thing that pleasantly has surprised me, and I just hope it stays this way because it's amazing. The very next thing I've been happy about and so shocked about is the good roads. The roads are improving. The roads are very good here, and yeah, maybe there might need to be some improvements here and there, but you'll hardly ever bump into a pothole or find potholes in certain areas. So this is a very good thing because in other African countries, this is something they still need to improve on, and Ghana is doing very well in this department. And yeah, not to say that there aren't areas where you can find this, but generally the roads are really good here and people can drive in peace, So this is another little aspect that I've noticed and I was pretty shocked by, because finding good roads in Africa is rare. You mostly run into gravel roads or potholes and things like that. So this is a good aspect as well. Last on my list is my favorite thing, food. Glorious food. I can't believe that the food here is so good. I love Nigerian food. I absolutely love Nigerian food. But there have been some meals here that I have absolutely loved, and I want to learn how to make myself. And for example, I love fufu with chicken light soup, and I love banku and tilapia, kontomire stew. There are so many foods that I have thoroughly enjoyed, and I was a bit skeptical about coming and trying new food, but now that I have, Ghanaian food is on my list by far. Like, nothing else can beat Ghanaian jollof, by the way. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, Ghanaian jollof is the best jollof I've ever tasted. The texture, everything about it is absolutely amazing. So yeah guys, that comes to the end of my video. I just wanted to share some of the things that have shocked me about Ghana in a good way. And if you guys want me to make another part of the things that I have found pleasantly surprising about my stay in Accra and Ghana.
Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video very well. I told you are going to love the video. Yeah, so if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. And also, if today is your first time watching me on this channel, please make it your home, and don't forget to comment at the comment section and give the video a like. Please stay with me and see you in my next episode. I am out.